What is up guys, Wasted Gamer here, doing unboxing the Notorious B.I.G. Greatest Hits vinyl record. Without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So I thought I would do a Biggie Smalls vinyl record today and review this. So pretty much I think how I'm going to do this is, right, I will take recommendations, but there'll be some days where I feel like reviewing something, and I'll tell you this, it's really good to catch me in that mood, because then that means the video turns out really good, and then I know what I'm going to talk about in the video. And generally, yeah, this video just turns out a lot good, it flows a lot better, I've noticed that. So maybe I'll review a Nas CD and the next one pretty much. I feel like my energy comes out better in the video, so that's how we're gonna do it. Let's review this and see what it all looks like, right? So that's the classic artwork cover from the Greatest Hits album, same as the CD version. And then over here it says Notorious B.I.G. Greatest Hits, and this is featuring hits such as Juicy, Hypnotize, and Big Papa. Parental advisory. On the side it says Notorious B.I.G. Greatest Hits. So on the back is your track list, right? So I do like the back art cover, right? I like how the text is quite big and bold. I like that a lot. So on side number 8 we've got Juicy, Big Papa, Hypnotizing, One More Chance, Remix. Those are 4 classic tracks right over there. We've got Get Money, Warning, we've got Dead Wrong, and we've got Who Shot Ya. I mean, we know what happened with the song Who Shot Ya, right? So I think that if Biggie, right, released it at a better time, right, it would have been better. I think he just released it at the wrong time, right, because that Tupac's gonna think that's aimed at him because of the situation he's in and everything like that. And at that point, no one was helping him. And when you're in that kind of state, right, you kind of think all thoughts, right? Even if it's like issues that may not exist, you may think that, oh, these issues are here, this is happening, that's happening. When you're in a place like that and you're in a situation like that, when no one is like helping you or no one's doing anything, right? And that's generally with life, right, too. Sometimes we create problems that don't exist because sometimes we're in situations or in a tough bit in life. And sometimes, right, you feel like, you know what I mean, you're just on your own and things like that. But when you're out of it, you look at it differently because you've been through it and you've experienced it, and then it makes you stronger over time. But that's probably my kind of thoughts on that too, that he kind of released at the wrong time. And also with Get Money, right, you know, Tupac had to switch up and hit him up, you know what I mean, and say take money, you know what I mean. I think Against All Odds, right, lyrically with Tupac is better because he goes deeper, right, in that. I'm not saying Hit 'Em Up is a bad song, I'm saying lyrically Tupac just goes a bit deeper, and, you know what I mean. Against All Odds, right, it's a pretty deep song, you know what I mean. If you've ever listened to that, you got all the war tunes in the background and everything, and then that quote he said at the end, you know what I mean? You should have. I think he said like something about his money, right? I think someone said to him, "You can't go to war if you've not got your money right." And at the end of the song, he says, "That's pretty much what he says. I've got my money now. Let's go to war now." And that song kind of set it off. But it's unfortunate that he wasn't here. You know what I mean? When it all went down, pretty much when the album dropped. So that's that. And over here we've got 10 Crack Commandments. We've got Notorious Thugs. I like that a lot with Bone Thugs. You know, good duo. We've got Notorious B.I.G. Got Nasty Girl, we got Unbelievable, we got this song right here, we got Run in Your Mouth, Want the Old Thing Back, and this is a classic laid back song. I do like that song a lot too. So let's take a look at the records, right, and see what we all get pretty much. So here is the records right over here. So it's 2 records, and you do get an inner sleeve, right? I do appreciate this a lot, right? I don't mind if it's a non-gatefolding record, even I prefer gatefolding records, but if it comes with like all the nice inlay artwork and nice artwork on the inside that I can look at, then I don't mind as much, because obviously you're still getting something with it, you know. But that's kind of like a photo shoot right over here. Looks really cool. And over here there's all the songs, and pretty much tells you a rundown of who the producers of the songs, who's featured in the songs and all that, like with every album. And then over here, it just pretty much tells you who the executive producers are. And then over here, let's see, that's side number 8. And yes, they did include the names of the songs on the sticker of the record, which is good. Because I noticed in the Eminem one, they put a big E on it. And I was like, that's just a waste of a sticker, because you could have put, you know what I mean, the names on it. So that's it. That's pretty much better for the listener and who's playing the records. Because personally, from my experience, I like it when I can just look at it from there. And so over here, this is what's inside number A. LP number 1. Here's side number B. You can see that right over there. Then we'll go to the next record. So here's side number C of LP number 2. That's your tracks. Here's side number D. That's your tracks pretty much over there. So that's pretty much overall what you get with the record in terms of that. But this is a good compilation of Biggie songs pretty much, right? My favorite album by Biggie is definitely his second album, The Life After Death. So it really showed you how good Biggie was as a lyricist pretty much, and I really like that album a lot. And you know, I like everyone pretty much, you know what I mean? I'm not on that East Coast, West Coast stuff, because that's just something the media, right, just stirred up and made an issue, right? Because you need to think in hip hop, right? There's always battles in hip hop going back and forth, right? It's good to have like a healthy competition, right? But the media just wanted to target this, right, and make money off of this and everything like that. So everyone tried to make the money off this and everything like that. You know what I mean? That's why after Tupac got fed up, right, he's like, no, we've got to unite again. We're going to make One Nation album. We're going to do all this. They would have definitely worked out Biggie and things like that and Tupac. And the thing is, he worked it out with a lot of people before he passed away. You know what I mean? So why wouldn't he kind of go on to the next step and do that as well? Maybe there would have been some time, right, then he would have done that. But I think once he launched his One Nation album, done all those things in Machiavelli Records and things like that, because he was working with the East Coast afterwards, you know what I mean, closely, you know. So he was trying to get back to that. So I think slowly he would have, you know what I mean, tried to mend that and things like that, because I mean, he just probably got fed up of it all pretty much, and I mean, you can even see in interviews, right, too, like he's talking about acting, like how he likes acting a lot and how you can be a different person pretty much when you're acting. And I think it's the same with this YouTube thing as well. Like when I'm on the camera and things like that, I feel like I can just turn on a different side, be who, like maybe more who I am pretty much. So that's pretty much it. So that's why I'm on that East Coast, West Coast stuff, and I'll pretty much listen to everyone pretty much, and that's it, you know, because you're going to miss out on great artists, and you're never going to hear songs like this again. You hear the new music nowadays, you're not hearing any Big Papas, you're not hearing any Juicies, so why would you want to miss out on those songs, you know? But this is definitely a good compilation of, you know, Biggie Small songs and things like that, and it's definitely good to pick up if you've never listened to any of the albums, right, or if you're really a big hip hop fan, or maybe you just want to go back to some of these, to this album, to some like Biggie Small stuff, but you want a good compilation of it across everything. This is it right here. It's really good. I think this and the Tupac Greatest Hits really show the best of them across all their albums pretty much, especially the Tupac one, because he has a lot of material, right, and it'll be quite overwhelming for like new fans and things like that. They don't know where to start. The Greatest Hits will start you off, and same with this right over here. They're both really good artists and things like that, so it's definitely a must-have for any hip-hop fan or any other kind of music fan to check out pretty much, because I think the 90s hip-hop was definitely the golden era. I don't know if you'll hear anything like that again. Maybe I'll get good again at some point, right, but I don't think it'll be anything like the 90s. The 90s were just something different. Maybe someone will pick up. But let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below of this, right? I think, you know what I mean, I think Biggie would have been in a lot of remixes, right? If he was still here, right, I think he'd been in a lot of remixes, because his flow, right, I feel like he can just like flow with anything. You hear nowadays, right, they take some of Biggie Small's stuff, right, and they put it in like songs that don't, like, from a completely different genre, right, and it actually matches. I'm thinking, what the heck? It just flows with everything. I'm just like, this is pretty good. He would have done a lot of remixes, right? And he would have done a lot more albums pretty much too, obviously. But that's pretty much it. But let me know what you think of this in the comment section down below. The Notorious B.I.G. Greatest Hits. I think it's a definitely good album. Must have for any hip hop fan. Leave a like if you like this video right here, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I'll catch you guys next time.